Om Sarvadharma Sthapakastam Sarvadharma Sarupakaha Acharyanang Mahacharya Ramakrishna Te Namaha Jatagnir Shakti Ramakrishna Sthita Hija Sarva Vidya Sarupang Tang Saradang Pranamamyaham Parutatte Sadalino Ramakrishna Samagaya Yo Dharma Sthapana Rato Viresham Tang Namamyaham Kalindi Pulla Kamale Madhavena Krirarata Brahmananda Namastubhyam Sadguru Lokanayaka Yogananda Premanandascha Anne Vai Ye Cha Parshadaha Ramakrishna Gata Prana Sarvan Stan Pranamamyaham Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Today is an auspicious day, birthday of Swami Advaitananda, Advaitananda, Buddha Gopal Dada. He was little senior in age, even to Sri Ramakrishna. So it was a not much we know about Buddha Gopal Dada, but actually it was a unique addition in the Ramakrishna's companions of 16 companions, so one of them. So they come for special purpose to fulfill the mission of the incarnation when one incarnation comes. So our salutations to Swami Advaitanandaji. And we are reading the Sri Ramakrishna Upadesh, Swami Brahmananda, and the English translation is the Master's Words of the Master. So, yesterday, first we started our reading from this wonderful small text, that what is the goal of life, and Sri Ramakrishna fixed it there, Atma Jnana, the knowing of the self, and if one knows the self, then he knows God. There we started. Then he talked about this world in which we live, and this world is there, but there is a sadhana, spiritual practice, which can release us from bondage. And then we read about who are the competent students of the spiritual practice. And then the obstacles. What are the obstacles in spiritual life? Attachment, worldliness, how to this attachment, not believing in the scriptures and in gurus, unnecessarily uh, argumentation, deep-rooted samskaras like that, and also the siddhis, the what you call the occult powers. Then we are talking about, but what are the helpful aspects of spiritual practice? So, Sri Ramakrishna talked about, we read that yesterday, that in the beginning stage, one needs to go for solitary living in Nirjan Vas, to go to solitude. And that will help to settle the mind and make it free from getting mixed into the ills of life. And then second point we read yesterday, it needs that nishtha, one-pointed devotion to the goal, one-pointed love, one-pointed devotion. Otherwise, Sri Ramakrishna said, Satchidananda labh hoina. He does not say Bhagavan labh hoina, but he is saying Satchidananda labh hoina. That means one cannot attain Satchidananda unless one has the one-pointed devotion, the nishtha. And আপনার ইষ্টের প্রতি নিষ্ঠা হলে, and also if one is very much focused on one's own ishta devata, is the chosen ideal we meditate upon, so then ishta darshan, ishta also becomes lively and become appear, as we find that is on the page 65 in Bengali book, and in English book is page 49. The conditions favorable for devotional exercises. So 1 and 2 we have read yesterday, that just I am referring to that. That means when we say Ishtadarshan, there also we need one-pointed love. That's why we talked about that in our day-to-day practice, in our altar we may have all the gods and goddesses, we respect everyone, and then but big photograph or something should be there, so that the focus goes on who is your chosen ideal, and thinking of that chosen ideal day and night. Then Ramakrishna said that if that one-pointed love goes for the chosen ideal, then Ishtadarshan, the vision of the chosen ideal, happens. Sri Ramakrishna is the greatest example, thinking of Ma Kali, and then ultimately Mother appeared. Mother appeared, and then it becomes so tangible. He is talking to Mother. He is getting sanction from Mother. Any problem to solve that, he is going to Mother. The Mother become a reality. So that is the Ishwar Darshan. So that will happen. And also before that, Satchidananda love. If one have the philosophical idea that is all absolute blessings and absolute joy, have infinite knowledge, Satchidananda, those who meditate in the what is called the formless aspect of the divine, they have that experience also. And also those who are worshipping God in the form of the Ishtadeva or Ishtadevi or incarnation, then the Ishta becomes tangible. There is Gopala's Ma. Look at that. Gopala's Ma is the baby Krishna is now talking. The baby is complaining his problem about eating. Soft thing, bed is hard bed. So all these things, how it is either craziness or there is some tangible experience which we cannot deny. Swamiji was telling first that those are mental hallucination. But when Ramakrishna told Gopal's ma, why not you relate what you experience to Noren? And he listening to that, Noren said, how can I say no to that? She's talking with such innocence and such simplicity and feeling and emotions. So how can I deny that? That means yes, and your Ishtadevata, this baby Krishna, really can behave, appear like a living entity. It is possible only if you have one-pointed love. That's why very important in our spiritual practice, we got it from here, that we'll have to have one-pointed love for your Ishta Devata, which you have chosen or your Guru has chosen for you. There you should be focused. It is like, Ramakrishna gave in another place the example. A married wife, girl comes to the husband's family and he has all the relationships with the brother-in-law and this and that, mother-in-law, but has a special relationship with the husband. So this is the one-pointedness means that you not have to disrespect anyone, but in relation to that, everyone I love, as in happens with because of the husband. So husband's mom is my relation, husband dad is my relation, husband's sister is my relation. No, so all these relationship is set around the ishto, chosen ideal. So that and one pointed focus should be there. If that breaks, all relationship collapses. So here Sri Ramakrishna is emphasizing, and that's why he is quoting in the third verse that হনুমানকে একজন জিজ্ঞাসা করেছিল আজ কি তিথি। হনুমান বললে আমি বার তিথি নক্ষত্র ও সব কিচ্ছু জানি না, আমি কেবল এক রাম পাদ পদ্ম জানি। On being asked how old no, how old is the moon today, the translation how old is the moon today? Aaj ki tithi, how old is the moon today? Hanuman, therefore, the monkey god replied, I do not know anything about days of the week, or the phase of the moon, or position of the stars. I know only the lotus feet of Lord Rama. And we talked about that Rama, the statement of Garuda. We are talking about Garuda or not. Anyhow. So, Nirjanvas, again, he is emphasizing on Nirjanvas means solitary living. But his emphasis is more on Abhyasa. On the sixth verse, if we go, we find that Pratham Avasthay, at the beginning stage, one should be Nirjane Bose Dhyan Abhyas Korte hai. For meditation, at the very beginning stage, we should, in the first stage, on page 50, verse 6, in the first stage of one's spiritual life, one should try to concentrate one's mind by going into solitude to meditate upon Him. Because in distracted place, it is mind, our mind is already distracted. And then any external additional disturbance will make my mind more turbulent. So therefore, to be away from our own place of work, the place in which we get little distracted, to go into solitude. Ekaki rahasya sthito in the Bhagavad Gita said, no? Ekaki, you have to go to a place alone, and rahasi means in a very secluded place, in lonely, alone. Alone means with God. So where you can be. So that is it, and there we have to practice dhyana. Meditation practice should be done there. But as far as possible. But তারপর afterwards when যখন ঠিক অভ্যাস হয়, তখন যেখানে সেখানে ধ্যান করতে পারে। If one can be established in that type of thing, then meditation may be done wherever you like, because you have become adept to meditation. So the translation runs, in the first stage of one's spiritual life, one should try to concentrate one's mind by going into solitude to meditate upon him. When by constant practice, that's the constant practice, the mind has been brought under control, then one can meditate anywhere one chooses. And that's why in the early stage it is necessary. That's why he says a young plant requires to be protected with care by a fence, or else goats and cows will eat it up. But when the same plant grows into a large tree with a stout stem, the cows or goats tied to it will not injure. Ramakrishna said in another place, elephant, no? Hati bede dileo kichu hoy na. But here he says that Goru Chagol, when the trunk becomes heavy, so it becomes strong. By meditation, one becomes strong. So wherever they stay, they can meditate. And a very practical question has been put here, 7th verse. একদিন একটা ছোকরা ভক্ত পরমহংসদেবকে জিজ্ঞেস করেছিল. A certain young disciple asked Sri Ramakrishna, ঠাকুর, কাম কি করে দমন করা যায়? Lord, how can one conquer lust? ঠাকুর একটু হেসে বললেন. Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said, সব স্ত্রীলোককে মাতৃবৎ দেখবি, আর স্ত্রীলোকের মুখের দিকে কখনো চাইবি না, সর্বদা পায়ের দিকে চাইবি, তাহলেই সকল দুশ্চিন্তা দূরে পালিয়ে যাবে. It's a beautiful example he has given. It's for the men, for the women, the same. So this is how the lust will not go. Sri Ramakrishna in another place he said that turn its direction. So the same should go for God. But how will it go? It's a simple practical suggestion that there will be there. How to control that? Ramakrishna smiled and said, সব স্ত্রীলোককে মাতৃবৎ দেখবি. সবার মধ্যে মা আছেন, মা জননীর অংশ, স্পার্ক অফ দ্য ডিভাইন মাদার. তাই তো আমাদের বলে মা শারদাকে বলা হয় নিখিল মাতৃ হৃদয় সাগর মন্থন সুধা মূরতি. Ram, Holy Mother, is the consummation of all the motherly love of the whole world. So if it is concentrated in one place, love personified. And so that love, see, and honoring that and respectfully looking at that, all these negative thoughts will go away. And then he also suggests on the verse number 8 that forbearance. In life, it says, সহ্যের, মা বলেছেন, সহ্যের সমান গুণ নেই, না? Here also same thing. সহ্য গুণের চেয়ে আর গুণ নেই, যে সয় সেই রয়, যে নাশ হয় সে নাশ হয়. সকল বর্ণের মধ্যে তিনটে, তালবুস্য মুদ্রান দন্তস্ব, স স স. Bengalis make a mistake all the saw. 3 saws or 1 saw. So it is said that সহ্যের সমান গুণ নাই. This verse 8. The quality of forbearance is of the highest importance to every man. Anyhow, there is no other quality equal to the power of enduring. But there is a limit, of course, no? Endurance, power of endurance is different for different people. But as much is within the optimum limit, one can practice that. That makes that person great. সকলেরই সহ্য গুণ থাকা চাই. Not only সকলেরই, everyone should practice this in spiritual life. That will be, okay, it has happened, let it go. It will go away. And endure. Sri Ramakrishna gave in another example that bamboo plant. I read somewhere in this small book that there is in a bamboo, when the bamboo plant grows into a bamboo tree, it is flexible. That's why it bends and it comes up. But those are very strong trees. Then when pressure comes, it breaks into pieces. So this is in spiritual life also, because it disturbs our mind only. But there, of course, does not mean that you have to tolerate everything every day the same way, no? It goes beyond your limit. Then it's nervous breakdown. Result is breakdown, nervous breakdown. You can tolerate up to that point. But as best as in a spiritual life, balanced movement should be there. Sojjo gun chai. যে যাই বলুক, যে যাই করুক, সমুদয় সহ্য করে লও. My mother's life is an example. How much she could. But it is true. You can only endure that if you keep God in your vicinity. The mind is saturated in God, then those things are possible. If the mind is not in God, then goes into the event and the situation and circumstances. It becomes unbearable. An unbearable condition, it can destroy the entire personality of the person. So there should be a balance. And the 10th verse, it is Sri Ramakrishna says here that if a savory bait be thrown into a pond, the fishes hasten to it for all quarters. The faith of a devotee acts in a similar manner in respect of God. Attracted by his faith, the Lord quickly comes to his devotees and reveals himself to him. Sri Ramakrishna said, in Bengali they say, Mach joto dure thak na. The fish may be in the middle of the pond, middle of the lake. But when some savory bait is given out, they call it char, Bangla bole char. They throw away some spicy, very beautiful, fragrant food article for the fish, they all rush towards it. So here he said, they মাছ যত দূরে থাক না ভালো ভালো চার ফেলবা মাত্র যেন তারা ছুটে আসে. তো এখন হোয়াট ইজ দ্য savory that bait or items of thing which will attract the fish? Here is the Vishwas. Bhagavan Hariyo, God, wherever he may be, the Lord Hari, Vishwasi Bhaktir Hridaye, who have faith in God, who has one-pointed love and conviction, God is there and calls upon with sincere prayer, then God appears in his heart quickly, shigra. He cannot resist and wait. So Vishwas, that's a Vishwas, means faith. Faith. We got that story of the faith. That boy, the parents all gave the responsibility to the boy that we are going out of home. So this is the food ready and give it to feed the Lord in the noontime. So everyone left and the boy then took the plate of the food and put before the altar and said, Thakur, come, eat. And Thakur does not do anything. And then again he started, come. My mom told that you will eat, come. And then started crying like a child. You are not coming, what my mom will say? And then crying and weeping with this simple Vishwas, faith. He is there. What a great conviction. He is there. I don't see, but he is there. He will have to come. He will eat here. And with that, as we know all, the story goes, that he came and he started eating everything. And this child was so happy that Thakur has eaten today. So, there another story, Sri Ramakrishna story. What? That the teacher was talking about what? That, say, asking for the Krishna to come. The boy was to cross. Two, three stories are there. One is that he was crossing a forest and deep, dense forest to cross. And mother told that you call upon Hari. And he used to call upon Hari, Hari, Hari. And with that cry, Hari used to come every day, a companion, crossing him the troubled area. And then that story that the school teacher had the celebration and wanted some yogurt to bring, and that responsibility was given to him. But where he will get so much yogurt? So he got it crying to her in the jungle and got from Narayana that one small container, no? And he brought it to the teacher. And teacher was unhappy. Well, what? You brought this one? But that was the surprising thing, that whenever he is putting it, he again becoming full. Bishas. That's the different stories that by faith, impossible thing becomes possible. God's grace comes there. God's presence happens it. And then the teacher wanted to see, and he could not see. He could not see because his teacher's mind is not so clean. But the student, the boy with simple heart, with faith in the words of mother, whenever you are in trouble, call upon, then Narayana will come, Gopala will come and help you. So he simply prayed and then it happened. So in spiritual life also, sorrow, faith should be there. Faith in the words of the teacher, faith in the words of the scriptures. So our realization depends on simple, but that faith does not come unless mind becomes very pure like a child's faith. And he's giving this idea uh, how the Bhagavad Darshan is possible. It is like the intense attraction, to feel intense love for God. 11th verse says, the insect which appears in the rainy season rushes towards a flame and would rather die in the flame than return to darkness. Similarly, the devotee hastens to where holy men live and converse about God. He keeps himself aloof from the worthless attractions of the world and spends his time in devotional exercise. In Bengali says, একরকম বাদলে পোকা আছে. Rainy season, there is one type of insect. তারা আলো দেখলে ছুটে যায়. Where they find some light, they rush. তারা তাতে প্রাণ দেয়, they offer their life, প্রাণ. তবু অন্ধকারে আর যায় না. They don't go back to the darkness. তেমনি, here is the point, যারা ভগবানের ভক্ত, those who are devotees of God, তারা what they do, যেখানে সাধু থাকে, where there is a holy man, ও ঈশ্বরীয় কথা হয়, and there is a conversation or discourse on spiritual topics about God, সেখানে ছুটে যায়. Language is that হেঁটে হেঁটে যায় না, আস্তে আস্তে যায় না. আচ্ছা যাব, কালকে যাব, আজকে যাব না, হবে এরকম করে না, সে ছুটে যায়, মানে রাশেস টুয়ার্ডস. সামটাইমস আপনাদের করেন তো, তাড়াতাড়ি করে এক্ষুনি যেতে হবে না, ওইটা হচ্ছে টান. দ্যাট ইজ কল দি অ্যাট্রাকশন. দ্য ভক্ত in the Bhagavad, in the Narada Bhakti Sutra, they say the katha adisu iti garga. You are proving that you are becoming a devotee. How do you understand? Puja adishu nuraga iti para sarja. Parasar Rishi says that puja adishu raga. If you find raga, attachment, that for worship, puja, or ritualistic, something going on about God, people feel attracted. That is seen, that you are growing love for that puja, etc. Puja means worship about God. No? Or kathadisu garga. Garga Rishi says that kathayadisu, where there is a Bhagavad Katha, where there is some discourses going on about God, talking about God, or there is some sadhu or some holy man or some holy devotee, people go to rush to see them. No? That tendency proves that you are growing in devotion. Your spiritual growth is happening. Because as people feel attracted for their own choicest, um, choicest subject, some may like go to movie, some may like to go for visiting countries after countries, some may world make a tour to different parts of the world to have good restaurants. Where is the best restaurant? The people spend money only to eat that food. They may go to Germany one place, in Switzerland another, and then to have a beautiful good cuisine or cooked food. So similarly, a devotee will be then feeling that attraction. And if you cannot go, then your heart will be feeling bad. Oh my God, I could not go, I could not go. So this is a sign, because holy man represents God, holy devotees, they represent God. That means the God's attraction manifesting to that person is attracting the mind of a real, genuine devotee. So, ছুটে যায় সেখানে সাধন ভজন ছাড়া সংসারের অসার পদার্থে আর বদ্ধ হয় না. They don't get entangled into the world and worldly things, asar, which is meaningless, which is valuable today, but tomorrow it is worthless. All the things people do achieve their whole lifetime, when they are drawing near to the last days of life, no? Then what is valuable to that whole life's achievement? How much time, energy has been given to accomplish something in life? And you got a degree, you got this PhD, you got this. They're important because in life it is necessary. But when time comes from departure of the world, the people look back, then think, what did I do? How did I spend my time? What a wastage of my energy I did it. Had I given this for God? Have I thought about Him and attended the holy company? Holy company is always available everywhere. At least nowadays, the internet is is a holy company. If anyone wants to get it, you can get all types of talks, lectures. No, the whole world is there. You ask for any Upanishad, you can find the Upanishad, you can find any spiritual text. The holy company is there. If one wants, in this Kali Yuga, the advantage of Kali Yuga is this. In the Iron Age, we call Iron Age, but most beneficial is you sit in your home and open the computer and can find it. And you can have a holy company for 1 hour, 2 hours. No? So this is the advantage. But the mind should be there, no? If I am interested in that, in the news, so you open the computer and go to the news channel, and whatever is your subject of attraction, you go there. Similarly, a bhakta, a devotee, will go for that spiritual things, and he loves the sadhus, he loves the devotees, and that attraction should be, and less feeling of worthless. All the things, other things are worthless. There is worthless means not that worth in comparison to this spirituality. So, but it is only rare fortune people will have this, unless they have experienced the life's other things. No, it is called the uh, proper time it happens in life, spiritual growth at the matured growth. All other attraction becomes meaningless, and attraction for God in the form wherever God manifests, wherever God's glory manifests, to run there, that becomes a attraction. Parvati, 12th verse, Parvati Mahadevকে জিজ্ঞাসা করলেন. Parvati once asked Mahadeva, ঈশ্বর লাভের খেই কোথায়? O Lord, what is the clue to the knowledge of God? ঈশ্বর লাভের খেই means beginning. What is the beginning of God vision? মহাদেব বললেন বিশ্বাসী এর খেই। Faith, when in one's heart faith is generated, you know that is the starting point. With that, the realization will come. And what is that বিশ্বাস? গুরু বাক্যে অচল ও অটল বিশ্বাস ব্যতীত সচ্চিদানন্দ লাভ করা যায় না। To have unflinching devotion, faith, an unmoving faith, one cannot attain Satchidananda. So, if I have no faith that there is God, and if I have no faith, someone talking about God, so if I have no faith at all, then the question of attainment does not come at all. So, this is very important. Faith, faith, faith. Spiritual life depends on. See, really, we are all thinking of God. Who knows? God is there or not? That's doubt naturally. We meditate every day. That's why in Vedanta we call Sambadi Brahma, Asambadi Brahma. Two types of mistake may happen. One, if someone tells that there is a jewel in the other room, and you move on, and you see from a distance that there is really the light, the jewel, the light of something is, the whole room is filled with light. When you go and find that jewel, you find the jewel following that, then it is called Vishwaso in Guru's words. But if the instruction is wrong and you go, someone says there is a lamp burning in the same room and that's also lighted. So if you have faith in that, then you will not reach. That's why faith should be on Guru. Faith should be on holy scriptures. And Guru is who? That's why Guru's definition you all know. Guru's definition is that he who knows, he have studied the Vedas, he knows the meaning of the Vedas and the essential teaching of the Vedas, and then he teaches us that lesson. So, if he does not know, he will misdirect, and we may ultimately go there with faith and will not find anything but a lamplight, no? But if the Guru, as a real definition of a teacher, give us instruction, tells us to think in this way, meditate in this way, pray in this way, do japa in this way, and how to handle in life's problems this way, when we follow there and faith, okay, I'm not seeing now, but I have faith in it. And suppose you, it is our everyday experience. You go into the car and go into a new place. What do? You put on your GPS. And as soon as you put the GPS, you have no faith on the GPS, then what will happen? Every mile you go, you'll be little confused more. Am I going this way? And you are going maybe, but you are so doubtful. Every moment it will be but the journey will be miserable journey. But if one have faith, some people, those who are familiar, I see that they just put that and don't look right and left anywhere. It says take a right and there he turns right. Finish. Because he has the faith that this GPS will take me surely. They have advanced so much nowadays that they do rare mistakes. You want to go fast? So, okay, faster route is this. So, and then that goes maybe by lane, this way, that way, because the freeway is having full jam is there. But you have faith. Those who have faith, they can drive smilingly, joyfully, without any trouble. Because you are only driving. You are not paying any, no doubt is bothering the mind. Similarly, in spiritual direction given by our gurus, most problematic thing we see that people don't follow them. They do their own addition, alteration. In the GPS is saying go take a right. And going there, they said, okay, let me take the left. Probably GPS is wrong. And then what happens? After sometimes get delayed and delayed and delayed. GPS again says, your GPS formula is that. You can say, no. take a right, next exit, take a right. No, but mind is doubtful. This GPS may not be correct, no? So after getting initiation, we get another instruction. Maybe someone is giving some mantra, yoga, dhyana, this, that, and we say, oh, that is good. Okay, let me start that. And you got one direction. You are taking another direction. So you have no faith in that. As a result, it takes longer time and we don't get the desired result. No? And but ultimately we will reach making 10 mistakes or 20 mistakes, 100 mistakes. That's okay. Ultimately we will all have to reach God. There is no other place to go. But to have faith in Guru's words means good GPS, and follow it without adding anything, subtracting anything, exactly do what has been said, exactly follow that process. It will be leading to God realization and Satchidananda love, as Ramakrishna said. So Mahadev বললেন বিশ্বাসী এর খেই, therefore faith is the very foundational about this. And Guru Vakya, in the words of the Guru, achalo atalo bishas, the faith which is unflinching and unmoving. Without that Satchidananda লাভ করা যায় না. That one cannot attain Satchidananda. 13 verses, এই দুর্লভ মনুষ্য দেহ ধারণ করে যে সচ্চিদানন্দকে লাভ করতে না পারে তার জন্ম ধারণ করাই বৃথা. So who thinks like that? In this Shankaracharya says, no, that this is what he says in Viveka Chudamani. Having this human birth, those who does not work for realization of the self, no, their life is mere wastage. Because this song is there. এমন মানব জনম রইল পতিত আবাদ করলে ফলতো সোনা মন রে কৃষি কাজ জানো না. Oh my mind, you don't know how to bring a beautiful crop out of it. This Manav Jivan, this human birth, is so rare. Manav Janam Roilo Patit, you didn't tilt it. You didn't take out the weeds and things and didn't put the seed to bring a beautiful crop. Roilo Patit Abad Kolle Pulto Shona Monre Krishi Kajanona. And now, not only that, he says that it is worthless or it is uselessly lost, this human opportunity. This is an opportunity. This human birth is an opportunity. We may try this and that and that and that, as if I am the first person in the world to try the other way. Before us, millions of people have tried this. And that's why there is a tested and verified path. Sri Ramakrishna is saying, have faith in the teacher, have faith in the scriptures, and you will attain. Still, what is the question that I told you the other day? Swami Shankarananda Maharaj was the 7th president of the order. No, he was not like us to chatter, talk. So, so some people used to come and he's very great. And when they come and ask, Maharaj, give me some advice. Then he say, go get a gospel and read it. No, Maharaj, I read gospel. You read gospel? If gospel cannot solve your problem, my words will solve your problem. Question is that you have no faith in the gospel. God himself is saying, Gita. You have no faith in the words of the Gita. And you are asking for some solution from me. And my words will have any effect on your life. So this is the point. Have faith. But before, as I say again, it is to be, our faith should be on trustworthy people. That's why you have to find whom you have to have some trust, who are genuine, who are not deluding us for money, for other name, fame, power, position, other many other things. Or really it is genuinely for devotion for our love for God to grow, to so that we can get out of the sufferings of our life's problems. No, to have that is to be first judged, and then we go and believe, and then whatever say. That's why one boy has come to Belur Math, no, and she said, "I want to be a monk." He said, "Oh," Swamiji said, "Oh, can you do what I say?" He said, "Yes." "Can you climb this coconut tree and jump into the Ganga? If I say, could you do that?" "Well, yes." "Well, okay, stay on." Then we said, faith. Swamiji is telling me that will be good for me. Even if I die, that is good for me. That will bring me spiritual wisdom. So that much faith. That's why they become so developed in their spiritual life. Foundation is there. And next is this is a beautiful example. Probably I don't get it in the gospel, but you can remind me if you have. He says that mon kemon jano. We are dealing with our mind. Mind has faith. Mind do not have faith. Mind wants to believe it. Mind does not want to believe it. No. So what is mind? And mind sometimes up, some mind sometimes down. So what it says, mon kemon jano. 14, number 14. মন কেমন জানো যেমন স্প্রিং এর গদি Ramakrishna's উদাহরণ examples are very very apt and we can understand easily. And he says যতক্ষণ গদির উপরে বসে থাকা যায়, it is like a spring, and as long you sit on the godi ততক্ষণ নিচু হয়ে থাকে, mind becomes low. You sit and it sinks. আর ছেড়ে দিলেই just you get up, it pops up, তক্ষুনি উঠে পড়ে। তেমনি লাইকওয়াইজ কম্পেয়ার সৎ ও সাধু সঙ্গ, হোলি কোম্পানি এবং অ্যান্ড দ্য কোম্পানি অফ ব্রহ্মণ আর আত্মন কোম্পানি, গড অ্যাসোসিয়েশন। সৎ ও সাধু সঙ্গে ভগবানের ভাব, দ্য স্পিরিট অফ দ্য ডিভাইন or the God which generates in us, sadhu sangha parityag karbar মাত্র, as soon as we leave that association, কি হয়? JK say, it comes back again. That means we go back to our old mental condition. Being in the holy company, when you read gospel, when you read Gita, when you read Upanishad, when you listen to things, mind is as if not showing its own ugly, negative activities or its disturbed mood, as if it is suppressed. But as soon as we are off the situation, then it springs up. Old mind again comes back. So this is the problem of our mind. Therefore, what does it mean? It indicates that we will have to keep holy company more and more and more. That is the indication. So translation is here done on 14. The worldly man, I do not know where is the worldly man. I think বাংলা হচ্ছে মন কেমন জানো যেমন স্প্রিং এর গদি. The worldly man is like the spring cushion. No, worldly man is not spring cushion. Mind. So long as you sit on the cushion, you keep it squeezed. Leave your seat, the cushion will resume its the original shape. Similarly, the pious sentiments which a worldly minded man feels while the company of the good and the holy disappear as soon as he leaves such company, and his mind becomes as impure as before. It does not become impure, but the spring comes back to his own form. So again and again, that's why Abhas, Vairagya, Bhyam, Tannirodha. The mind's tendency is to be suppressed or made free from all other ripples, all other desires by keeping it Abhyasa and Vairagya. So here is that this is the nature. If we know our nature of the mind, so how to handle the mind, we know. Don't blame. You always blame. I do meditation, but it does not cooperate with me. Okay. And even if I do, and then I go out and I forget. But that's the nature of the mind. Then knowing this, we will have to do what? Abhyasa. Practice again and again. That is the nature, and mind will ultimately get accustomed to the holy thought. It is a tendency, taste. As I give the example, we have to change our taste. The taste for fried food, junk food is tasty. So we are familiar with that. That's why we run for McDonald's or Subway or wherever. But where is healthy food? We are not. But if we can change our taste, after sometimes when people doing that, we see even that food is given, he is not interested or she is not interested. So if it is so, similarly, this is the spiritual food, this is the worldly food, both served before us, Shreyascha, Preyascha, Shreya and Preya, both are the things appearing before us. But the tendency will be turned from Preya to Shreya automatically by Abhyasa, Vairagya. That is the indication here, though it is not explicitly mentioned here. 15 verse, নামেতে রুচি ও বিশ্বাস করতে পারলে তার আর কোনো প্রকার বিচার বা সাধন করতে হয় না। নামের প্রভাবে if one can grow a taste in name of God and can trust that this will release me from bondage, trust, then he does not need another type of discrimination, another type of logical analysis, or other spiritual practices not needed. So Sri Ramakrishna gives very simple two formula. Namete ruchi, attachment for the holy name. Guru gave us the mantra to repeat that mantra. Namete, in the name, that taste for name, calling upon God. I find joy in calling upon His name. So that ruchi, and I am repeating this mantra, it will lead me to God realization. Two things. First, to know that it will lead us to God realization. It came from the spiritual teacher. And I grew a taste for having the holy name. If these two are there, Ramakrishna said, you don't need to do that all these panchakosha vichar or what you call the avasthatraya vichar, sakshi vichar, these, that. Yes, this is for different mind. But these type of people that someone is telling, I cannot think of this Brahmanatman, these things. I love Thakur, that's my. So okay, why shall I go on this direction? For them, this is good advice. If you have taste in the name of the holy name of God, and you have faith in the words of Guru and scriptures, then you don't need to do any other analytical analysis of truth, untruth, all this vichar, discrimination, discernment, and other things are other spiritual practices are not needed. By the impact, namer probhave, by the influence of the holy name, sob sandeho dur hoye jay. All the doubts will be wiped out. So that's why the japa has been emphasized by Holy Mother so much. Japat Siddhi. Take the holy name. It has our Sri Chaitanya chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly. Nam. Name ruchi. No? That's a very fundamental thing. If that ruchi, taste comes. First, it is difficult to create even to repeat the name. But those who do, and they gradually create a taste for it, then the taste will pull us in that direction. And he says, if that taste grows and faith comes that this name is powerful, it is not merely a name, or it is not merely the form I am thinking, it is the name of God. and it has the whole potential to unfold the divinity which is within, the infinite Satchidananda self is within. If that faith is there, you did not do any other sadhana. By the influence of name, the holy name, sab sandeho dure jay. All the doubts will be wiped out. Namete chitta shuddha hoy. Chitta, as whole spiritual life is chitta shuddhi, purification of our mind. And mind means chitta, four. If chitta means mana buddhi chitta ahankar, no? All will simultaneously be pure. If God's name is taken, what happens? The name is instantly, because it is God's name, it has a purifying power. So it is, mind is clean. Understanding is becoming clean because God is the only reality and God is full of joy and love. And my ego says that ego, not this ego, but God's ego. You are connecting with that. So that is also getting pure. And my memory also. My memory, chitta is the memory. Another meaning of chitta is memory. So mind, intellect, memory and ego, all these level purity will come if one takes the holy name with this faith and this type of sincerity. Nameti chitta shuddha hoy. Nameti Satchidananda lav. Ultimately, Namete, by only repeating the holy name, one can be freed from bondage. That means we will attain Satchidananda. Satchidananda lav. 16. 16 English translation, let me read. God is to be reached through childlike faith and guilelessness. A certain person, on coming across a sadhu holy man, humbly begged him for instruction. The sadhu advice was, love God with all your heart and soul. The inquirer replied, I have never seen God, nor do I know anything about him. How is it possible that I should love God? The holy man unquivered, whom do you love most? The answer was, I have nobody to care for. I have a sheep, and that is the only creature I love. The sadhu said, then tend the creature and love it with all your heart and soul, and always remember that the Lord abides in him. Having given this advice, the sadhu left that place. The inquirer now began to tend the sheep with loving care, fully believing that the Lord abides in the creature. After a long time, the sadhu, during his return journey, sought out the person he had advised and inquired how he is getting on. The latter saluted the sadhu and said, Master, I am all right. Thanks for your kind instruction. Much good has come to me by following the line of thought of prescribed by you. Time and again I see a beautiful figure with four hands within my sheep, and I find supreme bliss in that. Huh? Very good incident. That gives us much easier way and solving our day-to-day life. Whom we love, if we can impose that it is God being served. লোকটি প্রণাম করে বলল, গুরু, আপনার কৃপায় বেশ আছি। আপনি যেমন বলেছিলেন সেইরূপ ভাবনা করে আমার খুব উপকার হয়েছে। মেলার ভিতরে মধ্যে মধ্যে এক অপরূপ মূর্তি দেখতে পাই। He is serving this goat, and he sees in that goat, thinking God in that. See, the example is very crude. If you can see in the sheep, you can see Narayana. So what will happen if we impose the idea in holy picture like Ramakrishna's picture, no? Or in Shivalinga or in other higher level of thought. Even in that, wherever our devotion, our love is there, if one can impose this idea that is God, then aparup murti dekhte pai. I can see a unique appearance. Tar char hath, he had four arms. That means Narayana. তাকে দর্শন করে আমি বেশ পরমানন্দে আছি। So I am very happy. And then we can go to the next chapter, which is called what is it? Perseverance in the devotional exercises. Perseverance. Wow. Okay, anyhow. Sadhane odhavasai. So how to be engaged in sadhana, that instruction is given. It is all that there is Ratna, that's why there is a treasure in our heart. But how to get it? A persistent practice is necessary. Adhavasana. Repeated practice, repeated practice, repeated practice. রত্নাকরে অনেক রত্ন আছে, তুমি এক ডুবে পেলে না বলে রত্নাকরকে রত্নহীন মনে করো না। হ্যাঁ, ওই যে the song is there, ডুব 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 রূপ সাগরে আমার মন, তলাতল পাতাল খুঁজলে পাবি রে প্রেম রত্ন ধন, ডুব 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 সাগরে আমার মন। রত্নাকর নয় শূন্য কখন, দু এক ডুবে না ধন মেলে। Don't think the treasury of all the jewels are, if you don't reach it by one you're dipping, or twice you are dipping, but it is infinite, is that dive deep and deep and deep and deep. That is Sri Ramakrishna's message. Dub 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 rup sagore amar mon. So it says that if a single dive into the sea do not bring to you the pearl, do not conclude that the sea is without pearls. Countless are the pearls hidden in the sea. So if you fail to see God directly after you have finished a few devotional exercises, do not lose heart. Go on patiently with your exercises, and you are sure to obtain divine grace at the proper time. ধৈর্য ধরে সাধন করতে থাকো, যথাসময়ে ঈশ্বরের কৃপা তোমার উপর হবে। Hey, that's why our part is very, only thing is that we are to continue. Our Swami Prabhupada Swami used to say, don't get down from the train. You are in the train. You are in the journey. Guru has given mantra, you are practicing your thing, but you don't get it. If you feel disgusted or disappointed, but don't get out of the train, because it is not working. But it is working. Probably we are not aware of it. So therefore, there one should have to dive deep, rather practice more, whether it happens or not. Lege thaka, continuously to be engaged in practice. Hari se lagi rahore bhai, tera banata banata bani jai. Be cheerfully engaged in doing praying and in spiritual practice. Gradually, every day, you'll be transformed, and you'll be one day, you'll see unconsciously that you have become gold. Transformed. This transformation takes time. Our mind, to get purer and purer and purer, it needs great practice and patience and perseverance. Perseverance is very much important in spiritual life. Practicing little bit, and it is hard, it is difficult, then I give up, and then let me try another path. That is not advisable. And Sri Ramakrishna gave the example for digging the ground and getting in to receive the water in the underground water. But if there is some obstacle comes, and you give up, there is a stone. Oh, it is not a good place. Let me dig in another place. There you will get some other obstacle. So this is not good. One-pointed practice and devotional practice is the way. So dive deep. And there is the, and then he gives the example of the, this is also in Gospel we find that there is a kind of oyster constantly floats about on the surface of the sea, its shell wide open until it succeeds in catching a drop of the marvelous Swati rain. Then it dives down into the seabed and does not come up again. So it transforming it into the well. Similarly, the true and the earnest aspirant, having got the precious mantra from his spiritual guide, dives down into the bottomless ocean of devotion without throwing a glance at anything worldly. What is worldly? Not paying attention, they dive deep. But it is too much. Those who can do that, they can get it now. Therefore, the question is given here, tattva pipashu. Those who are thirsty for self-knowledge, that type of people, they have faith in God. That type of sadhak, means aspirant like us, Guru mantra roop ek phota jal. As if mantra, Guru has given us what? Some instruction and given mantra. Mantra is very, how big is the mantra? It is like a drop. How many words we talk in the world, in comparison to that our mantra is only so small. So it is think that is like a drop of Shati Nakshatra coming from the high heaven, extremely pure. So with that example he says, you have to dive deep into sadhanar অগাধ জলে একেবারে ডুবে যায়. One will have to plunge into the intense practice of the mantra and not paying any attention. আর অন্যদিকে চেয়ে দেখে না. He does not pay any attention to any other thing. Real, genuine spiritual seeker will have to do. You may say that this is too much. How can we do that? Yes, that's why Holy Mother said, repeat the name of mantra whole day. Whatever you are doing, let it go on, side by side. And then gradually, it will not be the mere name. Along with the utterance of the name, the feeling of his presence will go simultaneously. And the name and feeling will be combined together. And then every name will be so much enjoyable and so much fulfilling that body will be thrilled with joy. And our whole personality will be charged with joy. So that is the thing. Continuous practice. That is the only way. Sri Ramakrishna said in the third verse also, অনেক সাধন ভজন সৎসঙ্গ আদি করতে হয়. As you reach, যেমন কোনো ধনী লোকের কাছে যেতে হলে, if you want to go to a rich person, a সেপাই শান্তিকে অনেক খোসামত করতে হয়, the gatekeepers, you have to beg them, I want to go, please allow me. Similarly, ঈশ্বরের কাছে যেতে হলে, if you want to go to reach God, then অনেক সাধন ভজন করতে হয়. You have to do many spiritual practices and disciplines and spiritual. What is that? Satsanga adi. What are those? The holy company, talking about God, listening to God, bhajan, singing, praying, all these things have to be done. And we have to move forward. একটা লোক পরমহংস 6 verse, this 6 number 6 on page 56 of the English book and 74 of the Bengali. একটা লোক পরমহংসদেবের নিকট এসে বললে, one man came to Paramahansadev and said, মহাশয়, অনেকদিন সাধন ভজন করলুম, sir, I have done spiritual practice for a long time, কিছুই তো বুঝতে সুঝতে পারলাম না. I could not understand, we could not understand anything about God, no? আমাদের সাধন ভজন করা মিছা, then it is useless, worthless to do every day, to sit in the morning, in the evening. No, this, what is the meaning of, I don't get anything. I listen to the words of the Guru and try it, but nothing happening. Paramahansa Dev Ishad Hasya Koriya bolilen with a little smile. Ramakrishna said what? The story of the hereditary hereditary people who are doing that agriculturist, no? They don't give up. That is the story. So he said that those who become Khandani Chasha, তারা 12 বছর অনাবৃষ্টি হলে, 12 বছর যদি অনাবৃষ্টি হয়, if even 12 years there is no rain, they don't give up cultivating the land and making the ground ready. So ground is should be made ready. Hari Maharaj used to say, दुआ धनी के पड़ा रहे, धक्का धनी के खाए, दुआ छोड़ न जाए, कब धोनी निभा जाए. You wait for, you want some treasure and money, you went to a rich man's house. You go to Dhoni's rich man's house, Dhoni dua ke pada rahe. You go and lie down there. God's door, lie down at the feet of the Lord. Dhakka dhani ke khai. You want to go into the rich man, the guards and this, they kick you. In our life we get so many kicks and blows. But don't give up God. Lie down at the feet of the Lord, at the door of the Lord. Dhani, dhakka dhani ke khai, dua chhod na jaye. He does not leave the door. I'll be here, I want to see the Lord. Dua dhani ke pada rahe, dhakka dhani ke khai, dua chhod na jaye, kab dhoni nibha jaye. Hare, the dhoni, the rich man, the Lord may appear any moment. When he will come, who knows? So, Hriday, we have to prepare our heart constantly ready for him. When he will come, we do not know. That means prepare the mind. We have to be ever ready. That means waiting for him. Sabari, waiting for the Rama to come. He has trust. She has the trust. She heard from her guru, Matanga, the sage. And Matanga Rishi said the Rama will come. She has faith. She didn't give up. And she is ever ready. Every day she is plucking flowers and making a petaled path for Rama to walk over it. She started when she was a young girl. She became old lady tottering on the stick. But Guru said, Rama will come. And she did believe it. And every day she is ready to receive him. At any day comes, she is ready. And then ultimately Rama came, no? So these are examples that how to be totally believing in the teacher's words, as also to wait for him with readiness. Because prediction is there will be no rain this year. So why I shall go and tilt my field, land, no? Let it be like that, full of weeds and things. No, keep the weeds clear all the time and make it ready. Even if it is not come today, he will come tomorrow. Tomorrow gone, he will come day after tomorrow. So wait, infinite wait. But patience, that's the patience there comes. So this is the important thing, that we will have to hold on to our practice, hold on to our faith, and by God's grace will come in certain time. And it happens, it has happened, it will happen. And also the seventh, I end with this. যেমন সাঁতার দিতে হলে আগে অনেক দিন ধরে হাত পা ছুটতে হয়। Those who have the experience, how we learn our swimming training, it is you throw your arms and legs, no? হাত পা ছুটতে হয়, একেবারেই সাঁতার দেওয়া যায় না। One cannot just fall into the waters in the lake and start swimming. It is not possible. সেই রূপ ব্রহ্মরূপ সমুদ্রে সাঁতার দিতে গেলে অনেকবার উঠতে পড়তে হয়, একবারে হয় না। Very beautiful, না? যে similarly, you want to swim in the ocean of consciousness and love, Satchidananda ocean, no? You want to swim there. Just to jump into the water and you will be swimming, you cannot expect that. It needs long practice. That is the mantra. That is the prayer. That is the analysis, Vedantic analysis. All put together, ব্রহ্ম সমুদ্রে সাঁতার দিতে গেলে অনেকবার you have to fall down and rise above and try and fail and try and fail. It should continue. একবারে হয় না. You cannot expect that it will happen in one stroke. So, rest, everything is wonderful. Thakur's words are all sweet. Wherever you bite it, no? It is like a sugar candy. And you take it on your right side, that's also sweet. You take your left side on the tongue, below tongue, it's candy. So we can absorb this more and more. And this small book, though, it has this emphasis on one side. Emphasis is more in a different way. Though the stories, most of the stories we know, rarely a few of them maybe little appears new. But the teaching, how can the teaching be different? Teaching is the same. Bakulata, Nirjanbas, your sincere craving, going to solitude, do the japa, don't give up, dive deep. These are all the common lessons in spiritual life. I trust in the teaching of the Guru and the Shastra and this. So then, and there is God. God will come. God will appear. That certainty. That saguna or nirguna. Here only one idea we get very clear. We can get whatever one's aptitude. One can be on the saguna aspect or nirguna aspect. Everything is okay. It will come in time. So we can have some few minutes for question and answer. That's why this Mira's song is very important. Sadhan karna chahiye manuha, bhajan karna chahiye, prem lagana chahiye manuha, preet karna chahiye. Neet nahan se hori mele to jal jantu hai, phalamul kha ke hori mile to badudo badrai. So conclusion, bina prem se na mile nandalala. So that is the eternal message. And we complain God's vision is we are not having, as if we are doing enough thing and God is unkind. That we may think like that, but our effort should be little sincere. So no question is good. One question. Here is a question. Rabindranath Tagore has a song. O Lord, if my heart, door of my heart is ever closed, don't go back. Don't go back. Break through the door and come to my heart and be there. Is it opposite idea from Hari Maharaj? Hari Maharaj's idea is what? What idea Hari Maharaj? What Hari Maharaj said? Eh? I think it's Vedantic concept and devotional concept both. The Bhakta say, my door is closed means what? I am not craving for you, but I am showing that I am incompetent. Still my door is closed towards you, but I am engaged in the world and worldly thoughts. Even is so, please be kind to come into my heart. That's also making our ego zero. That also is a sadhana to say, I am incapable. I am helpless. I am your child. Please take care. I am not aware that you are knocking at my door all the time. Yes, really Vedantic way also true. There is no contradiction. God is knocking at my door every moment. Whatever I am seeing, whatever I am feeling, all our emotions, how do I feel it? It is God's presence, God's hint everywhere. But I don't catch it. That's why my vision is blocked. My mind is door, my heart is as if totally dull about, insensitive about the presence of you in everywhere. So don't go back. That's why Rabindranath used to say in the name and form, in the rupa, rasa, gandha, sabda, no? You are manifesting everywhere. Eilo vinu sanga tavo, eilo vinu sanga. This is the song association. When I open it, it is everywhere. But I don't see it. Therefore, oh Lord, it is a humble prayer. Please don't just ignore me or just don't use your force. Rather, I am incapable. Break through my this ignorant mind and come into my heart. Appear there. And I am waiting for you there. Though sincerely, but still I am a child. I am playing with the toys of life. The children, so actually what the children want? Children wants the mom's love. When mom creates some toys and gives the baby to play sometime. And so long the baby is busy with the play, and mom is happy. But mom also wants the baby, baby also wants the mom. But when that toys are thrown away, then the baby starts crying, and this is one side from the baby side. Baby is crying, so mom comes. Another baby is very engrossed. Mom says, hey, long time you are playing, now come back. But baby says, no, I'm busy with the toy. See, they got a one computer or something, iPad, and you see how they are engrossed. And mom is calling. No, that you are calling upon me, but I am not responding. But take away my toy, or do something so that I can go back to you. So these are the both and the two aspects of the same reality, I think. So we have to practice in both ways. Our calling, this is emphasis on our calling, and this is necessary in spiritual life. We do make our effort for anything to achieve. Our effort is essential. No, we want to prepare a meal, we have to give so much effort behind it. We want to get a job, we have to do so much effort. We have to pass an examination, we have to do so much effort. In this also, we have to do our effort because we are doing the same thing for other objects. If, if we are doing for others, why not for this? But if one has no other pursuit or does not want anything else, for them, yes, you have to take care. I don't take any effort for my earthly survival, my food, my shelter, my everything. So I have no other attraction. Then it is your responsibility. But if I have responsibility and now my duties are there for doing so many things, why not for my ignorance, removing my ignorance, I will make some effort. So emphasis is very important on our practice, and that's the beauty of becoming a true devotee. True devotee, whether God comes or not, eh, true devotee will be going on calling upon God, whether time is there or not time, and find joy in that. In the name. Also, it is true if one can repeat the name of the Lord or practice whatever with all sincerity, in inner God appears in us. How? In the form of joy. You have a good meditation, you feel little joy, no? You have a good bhajan, and you see, you have some joy inside. You are singing a beautiful song, totally absorbed. You find the joy of that. That means God is giving us a touch of His presence in the form of joy, in the form of peace. So we have to explore it and to find more so that we are not limited joy, but we want a joy, unending joy. Okay? So thank you all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Maharaj, a wonderful retreat, beautiful topic, and there's really no better type of spiritual practice than taking Thakur's teachings and putting them into practice. So simple and beautiful and clear and everything. So beautiful topic, beautiful retreat. Swamiji will be here until next Saturday, and our regular Monday night Zoom class on Raja Yoga. I've requested Swamiji to do that, and also Tuesday morning class, and we'll have satsang at night while he's here. So there'll be other chances to see him, and then we pray and hope he'll come back soon. We pray and hope that this COVID situation becomes much better. Yeah. Though we are doing this, but really it is with so much precaution and care, no? Putting the mask and other things. But in Mother knows all these things, but we should have to continue. Yeah. Thank you. You can stand here, you can briefly walk.